several times. And my only concern here is I feel like I should have shifted it down by 1 extra fucking square, because then I could have had an air conditioner centered to both and an extra set of beds. And I'm like, I don't know if I've got it in me to move this for like the 8th time, because I've redone this so many times so far. But maybe. We'll see. I'll come back to that. It's not my priority for the moment. What else? Then there's Tom Holland, who was described as gently holding a frog in his mouth. What? I don't want to know, actually. Yeah, Tom Holland, I referred to him before as the little Tony, because he's like, what, Tony's protege and stuff in like most of the Avengers movies and shit. So, yeah. That's why I was kind of like, I think most people kind of get what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, I had no fucking clue like what his name was specifically. And Andrew Garfield was incredibly vague. Like, I've heard the words said in reference to them, but like it never like stuck in my brain. Like, I know that that's what their names are if somebody says it, but like otherwise I'll be like, I just can't recall it, you know? It's one of those weird things. Is that little Tony? So what is he to you? It's a mafia. Fuck. No, not like that. I just mean like, I don't know, because obviously there's like 3 Spider-Mans. I can't be like they're all fucking Peter Parker, can I? Because that just makes it too difficult. So it's easier to go by like their actors' names and stuff, or their real life names, sorry. But then I realized that I only knew Tobey Maguire's name. And I'm like, this isn't making this any easier for people listening to me, because I'm like, I don't know what the other 2's names are. But anyway, yeah, I was watching that clip just the other day, and I'm like, it really like stuck with me that like that's basically like how I talk. Is very lack of movement facially kind of thing. And I'm like, it doesn't surprise me. I'm like, when I think about like how like, for instance, my brother talks and stuff, we both kind of talk the same way. It's just kind of like our mouths barely move, but we project sound kind of thing. It's a very weird thing to like say, but yeah, it's kind of how it works. I might hit cancel on the hay grass, because I don't actually want them to pick this. I also don't want them to accidentally like not do the stuff. If they can get down here and they can harvest it, so be it. But there are like a considerable amount of like yaks and stuff down here. I do think that they've pushed all the dromedaries up the top, which is not what they're supposed to do. Which is, I think, why they're probably bringing them back down. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I was going to like just separate the paddocks, but I want them to breed, you know. Who's starving? Toad. Toad's been like in and out of hospital and stuff, so he's probably just getting like his first meal, which reminds me, animals. We have shit that we can hunt finally, because summer. That's nice. We have not had like much in the way of animals for hunting and stuff. We got very, very low. The moment, if I could keep up with the crops, I could keep up with the animals coming in, and we could actually get if like a few animals like reach like cullable age kind of thing, that would be great. I also do need a couple of people to be in here to actually do like the peeling effect, but Lincoln, after he has food, I'm going to get him to just work at the table, because I want him, and same with Silverware, when she is done, I'll get her up in here too, because they're my 2 night owls that can do like super proficient cooking. So I want to shove them up and like get all the animals peeled up, so my animals just don't eat all the meat off them while they're on their stations, you know. That would be ideal. Tried a new desktop environment for Linux. Installing it took some trial and error, but I got there. It's such a mess though, and that was the only way to fix it properly, is to reinstall the system. Oh yeah. Like, I wouldn't mind if like Linux, if you could do more stuff on Linux. You could do a lot of stuff on Linux, but there's some stuff that's like a bit restricted and stuff. But yeah, the way I feel about Windows at the moment is pretty strong. Like, I just had to get RAM. I just entered into a big old payment plan thing to get RAM, because my computer literally cannot, for my avatar and stuff at the moment. And yeah, when I put that in, it was interesting. Like, Windows is immediately just using like 10 gigs or whatever of it. I'm like, cool, that's great. Like, I kind of already knew that it was doing that, but I'm like, I also know that when I swapped over from Windows 10 to 11, I immediately, like, lost so much capacity. Like, just, there was wiggle room. Oh yeah, Boomlight Revenge. Pretty sure they're near turrets. Yes. Now we're good. We'll get them. We just won't get as much meat for them. What else? Oh yeah. In the process of installing that, not in the process of or because of it specifically, but I also had like 2 more USB ports die. So that was like 3 USB ports this week died, which kind of sucked. So I have to get a hub for it so that I can even like, this is what happened on Monday is I went to start stream and I didn't know that I had like my microphone and my stream deck and stuff, like their USB ports were dead. So I'm like, cool. Like when I was rigging last week, my speaker USB broke as well, like died then, and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I'm like, cool, I'm down like fucking 3. I'm like, I don't have that many to begin with, so like need to get something for that. My desktop never looked more beautiful and snappy. Nice. Actually, using Linux to hate Windows 11. Like, was it likewise? The distro using Linux because Luca looked cool and wanted it. Yeah. Look, there's certain things where I'm like pretty close to it, and then I'm like, I think there's like a bunch of games and some other stuff that doesn't run on it, and I'm like, I can't swap. But I'm like, it's fucking still tempting. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if in like another year or 2, I would say that there's probably going to be like, I don't know what the balance is currently to say like a 50-50 kind of split between the two, but I feel like it's going to be a lot more even, if not slightly tilted scale towards Linux, honestly. I kind of just feel like Windows got to stop being shit, and I don't feel like they will. You're taking stuff into your inventory, but I was going to get you to do cleaning afterwards, but I guess you can't. Can you clean afterwards? So I've got Lincoln and Silverware working into the night, doing peeling. I could probably put 2 more people up there, because as soon as they run out, they'll run out. At Dodsworth, I do not know why you were awake, but when you're done, I'll get you up there, and when Chimpanzee's done, we'll get the Butcher Chimpanzee up into here. That way we've got 4 people working on, you know, peeling. That way this, once the animal's all peeled, we'll have the meat, and then the meat can go places and stuff. But I don't need a huge amount of people to do it, but I do need people to be doing it. I also need people to be actually doing cleaning in here. Now you're consuming a simple meal, but I need you to clean afterwards. Like, I need almost every single person that comes into this room after themselves to just clean, you know, because it's getting pretty bad in here. I don't think you can let me do stuff. It's a pretty heavy task to do. I didn't install it using a traditional method though. Oh yeah? Sounds like you knew what you were doing, a waiver. Which is pretty cool. After you finish making pants, CAG, I'll get you to clean that room. Anybody that's like even remotely walking past this room, like after whatever they're doing, I'm just gonna get them to walk back in here and do a clean. Because there's just like a very small chance that I'll have like just the right amount of people flow through and be able to do something, which would be nice. You can't do cleaning. Franklin is just out here. I know he could do cleaning. He could do that afterwards. All right. This isn't a perfect system, but if I ask for like most of my colonists that are kind of just floating around this area to just clean somewhere after themselves, after a task, they should be able to get this place looking a bit nicer, a little bit less food poisoning, hopefully. Like, no guarantee. Ram is apparently going to clean that room, so that's fine. Who's the helper? Let's call that built in. Oh yeah. I'm just trying to get some yawning. I've got that case of not oxygenating enough. It's interesting though, because when I stream like 4 days a week, for some reason somehow I get plenty of oxygen streaming. When I take a couple of days off and I do rigging, I barely fucking breathe. And so when I come back in a stream, I can't fucking talk and breathe much. I end up yawning a whole heap. Plus, obviously, I got woken up earlier today as well, so I assume I'm like a little bit tired from that. Try installing Arc 2. Endeavors, which is basically Arc on steroids. Oh yeah. I am not familiar with the versions, unfortunately. I sort of wish that it was, but at the moment I have like other stuff that I've been kind of like focused on, so it's not something that I've like looked into. I didn't realize that I left those particular solars ready to get made because I had parts. I still have 3 components. I'm just preventing them from building the extra solar at the minute. Mind you, they're doing a bang up job fixing up this place. I think I am missing lights, so they should have built the wall back. I've got glow pods in this. This is what I've got to do. We lost a couple of lights when we had the bugs pop through. But like these rooms ironically have like little glow pod things in them, which I actually don't mind. If I could, because it's not something that uses electricity, I would probably just leave that in most rooms. But yeah, unfortunately I have put like lights in like most places, so they have got like the electricity getting run for it. You have Linux nerds here. If you have any questions, you can answer it with like 30% accuracy. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's more of like, you know, I used to work in computers and stuff, and like back then there was like much more of a divide between like Windows and Linux and stuff. So it's kind of like, you know, you sort of drew your line in the sand sort of stuff and like declared where you stood kind of thing. And I just like, I don't know, since then, obviously having not worked in the computer industry for like probably a decade now and stuff, like I just don't care enough to look into a lot of this stuff unless I need to, kind of thing. And like at the moment, because I've got other stuff, like I said, I've got like the like streaming and the rigging and all the other things I'm kind of working on and stuff, I just kind of haven't dabbled. I haven't like taken up the time to like read it and look into it and stuff. Same with like the parts for my computer and stuff like that. Like when I had to like look back into this stuff, like I had to like actually like take a moment and have a look at it kind of thing, because it was just not something that immediately just clicked back into my brain after like X number of like years and stuff. Like if you're out of the loop for like, I think it's like 6 months, basically a lot of the information you know is practically obsolete. Although at the moment, I imagine it must be so much more complex because like you have like a limited availability of some stuff and people using like older stuff as well and mix and matching, and then like also people going onto Linux and all this other kind of combinations. It must be fucking complex out there at the moment. Also, I see the people that were working on peeling have obviously gone off to bed, and that's fantastic and shit, but I really need like a few more people in the peeling stations if I could. So I see people like lining up to cook simple meals, and I just want to see... Nope, all the bench is apparently reserved. It's fine. As long as everybody's in here doing what they got to do. Uranium. I need that for something, but I can't put my miners in here beyond like 1 or 2 because the food is too critical to fucking lose. Mind you, putting these fucking things down, obviously I lose like a square every so often here and there as well. But at the same time, I do think I'm going to get like... I'm going to get mechs. Alright, I keep yawning. I'm going to get mechs through like the bedrooms and shit. Probably. That's where I kind of see that, you know, happening. Because we had like the infestation happen in here where it's not out here, it's not in here, sort of thing. Major break risk is Gra. I'm going after Butcher. You are recreation staff, jealous of Farrell's bedroom. Ironically, when Farrell eventually dies, Gura, you may have like Farrell's bedroom, but Farrell's bedroom is actively the hospital. So, I mean, you've got a few more to go before you get the hospital as a room. That's going to be 25% accuracy for me. Lol. Yeah, no, either way, I'm somebody that does like a shit ton of research on stuff. A lot of like cross-referencing, a lot of like, I don't know, listening to people, a lot of like, I don't know, reading specs and shit, and like the finer details and stuff. Like if I'm gonna sit down and like research it, I'm gonna really fucking research it. Next game I play, when people ask me to give them something, I have to follow me somewhere so I can give it to them. But first, I always go around in circles for a while, and after that, I give what they wanted. What? So you kind of like run around. Is there a reason why you do that? Is it just like you kind of like want to see if they're truly committed to getting the thing from you? Is it like I'm curious and I'm so confused at the same time because I'm like, that kind of sounds like a dick move to like run them around for a while before like giving them the thing. But at the same time, you still like hold up your end of the bargain. And I don't know like how far or like for how long this occurs for. So it might not even be like a big issue. It could be just like spin around on the spot and then like hand them the thing like a magical girl transformation kind of thing for all I know. Either way, I'm fucking fascinated. Why are you going off to repair the wall, mate? I know you do 9 for that, but you do cooking. Do we not have... No, we got peelables. Hamster's got it reserved. I guess all the ventures are reserved. Which is good. If we have enough people for food. What have we got? I'm seeing 1,300 rice. We've got some other foods in the way of like raw stuff. We've got some meats, 790 odd simple meals, as long as nobody fucking kicks that, plus 80 odd packaged survival meals. We're catching up. We've got 3 days worth of food. We are literally crawling out of the fucking abyss in this particular case. What is up, Beaver? You get a head burn. It's fine. There's a spawn area, I can't place it down, so you usually have to walk outside the spawn area to place stuff down. That makes sense. That's not as much of a dick move then. That's just practical. Or like necessity kind of stuff. I feel like I'm going up in this house and never mind. Back down and continue. Oh yeah. I guess that kind of like looks more like you're going inside to like get something and then come back out with it. Also, I'm pretty sure I changed over my grow areas so that I didn't grow cotton outside, but there's a small chance that I might still be... Actually, is this hot in this? This is 30 degrees. I might have to vent that. I think I could potentially just put a gate on it and that would work as a vent. Because yeah, I have to make sure that doesn't get too hot as well. Because I've never had one of these things running. I've got a lot of stuff on this particular map, like the wood fire stove, the campfire thing, the NutriPaste things. I keep forgetting what the fuck they're called. So yeah, this is interesting. This is keeping everybody alive. But it's working though. It was, if I had done it probably about a month ago, like when we were in the cold snap coming out of spring, this could have made the most like critical difference. Like we could have been like semi-stable at this point. I do think it's still going to take us all of summer. But my concern is once we're into autumn, shit's going to start getting cold outside, which is why I'm trying to build the extra grow rooms. Because we're definitely not going to have enough to like last through winter. The only thing I could do through winter is I could separate like male, female fucking animals so that they don't breed. But that doesn't really matter because I need the food off them, essentially, you know. Basically, we just passed the same area twice. I've done this with so many people that at some point when I say let's go on a venture, I have like 5 people following me, passing the same areas over and over again. I think the other thing too is if somebody does something really specific in a game, it does kind of trigger that like follow the leader kind of mentality as well. So there's a pretty good chance that, yeah, people have noticed you doing that and then they're like, if I tag along, like, I don't know if the other people get stuff, but I'm just saying like, if they do, it would make sense to like tag along to like make sure you also get something, you know? Because why not go through the effort at the time? I don't know if we can... I'm going to have to move some shit out of the dead center here. These are basically like already given kind of like central rooms for like growing shit. It's just that I have got stuff in the way because this was a room I was doing other stuff in. Like I could do that instead of having the extra ones. This will keep the scented stuff. But I sort of don't want to do that, you know? I'll have to move everything over by one. And this room too is it's getting here. Pretty sure this is dead center. So yeah, I'm also making like these internal grow rooms. I've kind of converted the rooms that we were, you know, using for other types of construction just temporarily for like unknown temporarily time span, just to kind of keep food production ideally before we get up to like another winter if I can. Hey Jamison, what are you up to? What are you doing? I think the game is free and everything is just hand drawn too. There's some people ask for drawings sometimes. Oh yeah, oh that makes sense. I'm not aware of the game, so therefore like the systems and stuff that are involved are I'm not aware of them, kind of thing, you know. I can't put that there. Apparently the light won't let me. That one will. What the fuck's in the way of this one? Is it just the rocks? Because I was going to put one of those over there, but this is fine. As long as I can get two of them and I can move this shit. And the reason why I care about like this little internal area actually having some of the stuff that I put in here is that my people, if they happen to piss off like another bug infestation, this is more like where it's going to come up because this is like a mountain. So it's more likely to happen here. But if I can move everything out of the way, I can get these built. Like I've got the ones outside, but these are already like internal rooms. Although I do have like a lot of lights on the wall, which are going to become really fucking unnecessary soon. I've only got one of those, but this will do. I also do not have heaters in here. But like I said, I will build like fireplaces and shit eventually. After I move everything, I guess. This one does have heaters though, so we'll see. Yeah, it's a bit of like screwing around with this layout, unfortunately. I've already got like one sun lamp and I can't put that there. Alright. Well, we look like we've got like kind of part of it. Kind of part of the grow space is made. I've still got to make a shit ton more solar. I'm trying to catch up with the components, which I'm holding off on building the more solar at the moment because I want them to repair shit that's broken down around the place so we have defenses and crap. How many colonists? I've never gotten more than 10. This is 303 colonists, but this game's also been going for over 3 years as well, like real world time. So it's also core game, no DLCs, no performance mods. So it's I've been stealing a lot of people for a long time. Also, it's pretty normal to only have like, you know, 10 or so colonists. It seems to be like, I don't know if that's quite the average, but like most people seem to have like 10 to 20 odd. And then it's like the next bracket's up like the 50 to 70, and then you get like the hundreds and stuff. And then you get me, that's like a lot of my games, most of my games are like 100 plus kind of stuff. And I have only met like a few people in this category at this time. But yeah, this game has been running for a couple of years. We've been moving across the world towards the landed ship quest, honestly. We're here. The landed ship quest is up here. And we started down... down here. So we're most of the world away so far. So yeah, this is the 4th place we've moved to at this time. And I'm trying to get them stable because we've only just like moved in a couple of months ago. And we've had 2 winters and 2 cold snaps in spring, like the following straight after winter. So we've been really crippled for food. And we kind of moved in with like a few thousand, nearly 1,000 animals and stuff. So, yeah, we're trying to balance that out. We're trying to get like a right balance of animals to food production on the ground, which we didn't have. Like, we didn't have all these when I first moved in. I kind of waited a little bit too long to do that. but it's fine. We're working on fixing that. And yeah, I've been buying like a shit ton of stuff from allies, which I just need to check. I don't have anything still out on the ground. No. Sweet. What else? We're down to 60 tattered apparel as well too, so yeah, that's pretty good. We had over 100 or nearly 200 or whatever when we got here because we stopped making clothes between moving and here, and it took like 5 months to move. And then once we got here, I've been making clothes. We've been doing good with that, except that they've mostly ditched their armor, which means I'm going to have to make them armor here, which some people still got armor. I think Shizuka's still got armor on her. Nope, she's apparently just a full fit of fucking grey. Righto. I spoke too soon on that, that's fine. But, yeah, maybe it's new, and this is my colony of Asora. And I usually play them pretty much every Tuesday. It's been like a continuous thing. We're slowly moving an army of like 250 plus colonists towards the landed ship quest. And each time I move, like, I have to kind of like settle into the new kind of climate conditions and stuff. Like this area has like snow in winter. Our last area, which was that, was like not quite a permanent summer, but we never got snow in winter. So yeah, when we moved from that to here, it was a little bit of a shock that we got snow every winter. Hydroponics basin and some resource wasted. All right. And so yeah, I'm kind of like for real dabbling with the hydroponics. There's a few things I'm like, you know, playing with for the first time, like the chem fuel thing and the wood fire generator and the NutriPaste thingy, and I guess like probably balancing out hydroponics and crap as well. But yeah, it's taking a little bit. We moved a shit ton of resources here, but we only had like so much food when we were leaving to begin with, and we had like such a massive number of animals. So yeah, we're now starting to get some food back, which is really nice. The nutrient paste thing seems to be helping, which is good. Some of them are actually using it, and by the look of it, they've used up the bug meat on this one. So we had like a infestation attack earlier, which was really helpful because we needed meat. But it's no longer saying we're low food. We must have like more than like 3 or 4 days worth of food. So now we just gotta maintain it. We had like shit ton of food, and then we just kind of, I sort of took like 20, 40 more people, and it was an issue. I didn't scale up production for it, but now we do. The only other problem I had was they also made a shit ton of kibble as soon as they started making food again. So it looks like we're up to about 1,000 simple meals, which is good. That's like a couple of days worth of food. And I've bartered hold on, let me get to where I can see it. We've bartered so many leathers. We only have like 10,000 of like, you know, muffalo wool and stuff is like the strongest one now, but our plain leather's finally dwindled. We lost like 10 grand at that, which is great. Steel's still working good. We bought a shit ton of components, but we still use them. We're still capped on the advanced ones, and because we don't have much in the way of cotton, our medicine production should be capped, but we still have like 800. So where's medicine? Medicine's in here. Also, like, I've been focused on like food for like actually manually harvesting everything for like the last month in game. So it's been kind of a little bit of I don't know where shit is or what's going on a little bit, because I've been like super focused on that instead. You have a question? Go for it, Waver. What do you got question of? Rat, you're playing poker. I guess it's recreation time. So we still have a little bit of crop over here. The animals are eating the shit out of this. I might leave them to that because I think they've moved some of the dromedaries. I don't know what the deal is with moving the dromedaries, but the dromedaries are half back down the bottom again. I don't know what the balance quota is for that. They're just doing that shit on their own, which is fine. And as far as I can tell, we might have balanced out the meat eaters earlier with the infestation killing off a few. I still do have to kill off a couple of like the baby panthers because I do want to train some. I want to kill that one. I do want to train some, right? But just not right the moment because we've got to get more food. More animals have to have babies and shit, so we have more meat, so we have more surplus. So I can't be just wasting that extra on them. And we've got a couple more thrombo calves, a couple of females, so that's going to help. Nice. And we seem to have like most, like obviously the cats replenish themselves and stuff, but like they're mostly there, you know. You show anime, etc. Would you say describes you the most? As in like, hey, this character actually feels like me too, or moments similar to that. I feel like I have an answer to that, but I feel like it's not coming to my brain, kind of thing. I don't know. When it comes to like shows and stuff, like there are some actors and actresses and stuff like that that just immediately remind me of like my family and stuff. Like for instance, Tom Hanks reminds me of my dad. Arnold Schwarzenegger reminds me of my brother. Ironically, no actor